Hello everyone, welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. In this video, I'm explaining about Python programming language. I'm going to give a brief introduction about Python programming. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. To get the notification of my new videos, please click the bell icon. So let me start the explanation of introduction to Python programming. So now, what is Python? So Python is a general purpose language. So general purpose language means Python can be used to develop variety of different applications. That applications can be from different domain. For example, you can use a Python to develop a healthcare related software, bank related software, defense related software, like that. So Python can be used to develop any software from any domain, any okay. So that's why Python is also called as general purpose language. And also Python is a high level programming language. High level language means Python uses English like statements because uh, as a human being, it will be easy for us to understand English like statement, that is natural language like statements. Computer understands only binary language, that is zeros and ones, but it can't be understood by humans. That's why we always prefer natural language style of programming. So that is, it is going to use English like statement. So Python is that type of language. It's a high level programming language, right? Suppose if you are going to use a high level programming language, you need translators to convert that high level language program to a machine level language program. So that translator can be compiler or a interpreter. So compiler is going to convert your high level language program into machine level language program. Interpreter is also going to convert your high level language program to machine level language program. But the only difference is compiler is going to compile the entire program. It's going to convert the entire program into machine level language. But the interpreter is going to take the program line by line and it's going to convert that into machine level language program. So Python is an interpreted language because it is not going to use compiler. Python is going to use interpreter. So in Python, it's the Python statement will be converted line by line by interpreter. That's why Python is a interpreter language. And Python is a object oriented language. That means Python uh, uses the concept of classes and objects. So in object oriented programming language, I'm going to group the similar objects into a class. For example, I can group all the students of computer science into a single branch, right? Like that. So similar objects can be grouped into class. So that type of concepts are used in Python programming. So I'm going to explain about this object orientation in detail in the upcoming videos. And also Python supports procedure oriented, right? It's a procedure oriented language also. So as you know, C is a procedure oriented language because it uses procedures or functions. So Python is mixture of both object oriented and procedure oriented. I'm going to discuss more about this in the upcoming videos, right? Next, what are the real world applications of Python where we are going to use Python in real world? So almost all the right big companies, they prefer Python for developing the applications or softwares. For example, Google, YouTube, Yahoo, NASA, our ISRO, right? So I can give so many examples. These are very few examples of a companies, they prefer Python to develop their applications or softwares. Now, history of Python. So Python was initially designed by Guido van Rossum. He is the man who invented the Python. He invented Python in 1991, and also along with him it was developed by Python Software Foundation. But he is the father of Python because he invented Python. The programming language in which Python is said to have succeeded is ABC programming language. Right? After ABC programming language, uh, after getting some idea from ABC programming language, he started inventing Python. Now, so and also earlier in earlier days, the ABC programming language had interfacing with the Amoeba operating system and had the feature of exception handling, right? So Amoeba operating system was using ABC programming language for interfacing, and also it was using exception handling. Exception handling means if any errors occurs, exception handling is going to tell what you are going to do when particular error occurs, right? So based on these concepts, what he learned from this operating system, Amoeba operating system, and what he learned from ABC programming language, he developed Python programming, right? So because he had already helped to create ABC earlier in his career, right? And he had some seen some issues with the ABC, but he liked most of the features, but he has seen some issues in ABC. So what it did means, so he did some syntax changes, right? He took some good features from ABC and he did some syntax changes and he invented the Python, right? So Python is also a good scripting language. Script means they are small blocks of code where they can be used to do automated tasks. I'm going to discuss more about scripting language in the upcoming videos, right? So by gaining the experience from all of this, he invented Python programming language. The inspiration for the name, the the inspiration for the name Python came from BBC's TV show. He was fond of, he was a big fan of TV shows, right? So he named Python, right, from BBC's TV show Monty Python's Flying Circus. So based on the TV show, he named it Python. Okay, so this is the history of Python. So far what we have discussed means what is Python, that is what are the characteristics of Python and what are the real world applications of Python and history of Python. Next, what are the different versions of Python? So Python currently has three versions. So earlier Python 1.0 was introduced. It was invented in January 1994. After Python 1.0, Python 2.0 was introduced. So it was introduced in October 2000. Python 3.0 introduced after Python 2.0 and it was introduced in December 2008. Okay. Currently 2.0 and 3.0 versions are using based on their comforts and requirements. That means it depends on what type of application I am developing. Based on that, I can use either 2.0 version or 3.0 version. So that's it, guys. This is about the brief introduction of Python programming language. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video.